Like the goalpost keeps moving the more you accept. Let me write that down. Write that down. Hey y'all, welcome back to Nichful Thinking. My name is Nichelle Ohshells on all social media, and this podcast is all about what I be thinking, y'all. Oh my goodness, it's been what, 2 weeks? I missed y'all. How y'all feeling? Honestly, I think for this episode, we're gonna start off with a little bit of a recap. Then we're gonna get into some shows I've been watching, and then we're gonna get into the crux of the episode. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, so yeah, so the past 2 weeks, I've literally just been like getting ready for spring. I feel like around my birthday is March 17th. So around my birthday, it's always like these weird feelings that come about and my energy is low, and then I just like kaboom, like spring has sprung and my body knows it. That's how it feels every single year, and it's very annoying. But I turned 30 this year. Hey! 30, 30, 30. I don't know. I don't really have much to say about it. Usually people are like 30 things I learned turning 30. I think this podcast is literally a collection of lessons learned and like thoughts that have been accumulated over the years. But I think 30, I kept telling people like it just feels extra serious. It just feels extra serious. Like there's no other way to put it. It just feels like, okay, like you tried this, you tried that, you're doing a little bit of this, did a little bit of that. Now like let's lock in. And that's not to say you can never start over or try new things or, refresh and redesign kind of the world that you want to live in. But it definitely feels like it got extra serious. If you're watching on YouTube, I am posting this video on Wednesday, the week that this comes out. So, what's that? The 2nd of April, I believe. Yeah, this is the last Monday in March. We're moving into April. You'll see me and my fun little set. I got this set, I think from Boohoo. I don't even know. But anyway, I just wanted to like put on an outfit and get myself together and get this episode going and really talk about it. So yesterday I actually hung up these two paintings. If you could tell, whatever. But I got it from Smart Art and I love them. So hey y'all, how y'all doing? All right. So yeah, so my birthday. So I had a few friends come down. We got a house up north. I was so sad I didn't get to basically enjoy like the jacuzzi and the pool, like the main reasons for the house, the main reasons for getting the house. Sorry, I almost literally choked. But the house was gorgeous. We had so much fun. Like it was a really good time. It was just a lot of moving around. Like my sleepy behind, I literally could not make it. I had like this game night, like crunk that game night, everyone dressed up, looking like the East Side Boys, like, very much so that. And literally, I couldn't make it that night. Like I don't know what's going on, but literally every time we would come back, I think it was the long drive. Every time we would come back to the house, I would be knocked like a rock. Like I was bad, but bad in a good way. Like I just need my rest, okay? But yeah, we did brunch. We went to this like day party. I just had a really good time. I realized like my body has definitely changed and I need to like relax a little bit, but it was a good way to bring in my 30. Outside of that, I just been getting my new apartment together. I've been really just trying to get back into my routine. I feel like when I have a good sturdy routine, even if it's like two things like that I do consistently, I just feel better about myself. I feel better throughout the day. I have my tea steeping right now. I put a little moringa in there. If you know about moringa, let me know because I just heard it was good for you. And I just put like one little drop in my tea when I have tea in the morning. So that's that on that. What else has happened? I'm excited because I have like a good month or two, almost 2 months. I have like a month and a half of like being in Dallas, chilling, staying here. So I have been getting back into the gym. I'm like, let's get right into this routine. Spring is here. It's warming up out here. We've been in the 70s, the 80s. So I'm really, really happy about that. But yeah, let's transition. So some of the things that I've been watching, I actually binged watched Survival of the Thickest with Michelle. What's her full name? Hold on. Michelle Buteau. I want to say I'm saying her name right. Tasha Smith is on that. Tone Bell, he's really good in this. Like we have Garcelle in this. It's just been like it's like a nice fun watch, it's a nice fun wholesome watch. Peppermint from Drag Race, she's on there. So I think I saw Monet Exchange on this season, the second season, so that was cute. But yeah, I was like binge watching it, and this show has a lot of emphasis on Black art and like removing barriers, but it's also like love and romance. Like I would say it's like a comedy drama rom sit if you will. It's like a cumulation. It's like a thing. It's like a collection of things. But I really do enjoy it. I think it's an easy watch. I literally finished season 2 in one day, and yeah, hopefully you guys support that. Speaking of, because that's on Netflix. There's also Pop the Balloon. I saw Pop the Balloon was coming to Netflix. I'm like, okay. I never watched it until my homegirl. She came over one day and she was like, let's just put on Pop the Balloon real quick on YouTube. I'm like, what? Because I always saw the clips and I was like, okay, let's skip that. But no, we put it on one day. We was all just kicking it. And it was interesting. A, because it makes you think, okay, are these the type of questions that I ask on dates? Are these the type of questions that I look for when getting to know someone? And like being in your 30s, I feel like that's something that it just hit different hearing some of the questions, but seeing the people, how some people behave, I'm like, I just hope it doesn't go too far left. There's some folks that literally be like, oh, I like you. They be like, I like you too. And then they walk off into the sunset. So I will definitely be checking that out. Speaking of love and popping balloons, I also finished, what was that show? Island, Temptation Island. Oh my God. I heard the other seasons were better. I feel like this season, and it's so bad to say, like, oh, I need some extra energy from the girls. Like, you kind of want it to be a bit balanced of an experience, but I wasn't surprised. Like, the girls were starting out like, Kumbaya, my lord, Kumbaya. Like, I love him. Like, he loves me. Like, we love each other. Like, we're going to ride off into the sunset. Like, I love mommy, and we're going to see if we can really do this. One couple, and I think we all know the couple, which is so sad, but one couple got on there to see if the guy could be platonic friends with women. They were together for a year. I don't know how long they knew each other before then, but on the show it says that they were together for a year, and they went on the show to see if he could be platonic friends with women. Can you have a why? Okay, I just feel like why go on this show and test out any of that? If I have to feel like I have to test out any of that, I guess that's the whole premise, right? Like people that think in the way of like, if I have to test, then we don't need to be together. Like if I have to like, oh, please be good. Like I gotta like make sure you Gucci and you know the rules and we don't need to be together. Like that don't make no sense to me, but it makes for good television, so does. So anyway, so they're on this show. He's starting off all like quote unquote good, right? He's like, oh, chill, chill, chill. Like, nah, chill, chill, chill. I'm chilling, I'm chilling. I want to say day 3, maybe 2.5. He got all intertwined with 2 other girls. They was in that bathroom from sundown to sun up. And his shorty, the way that it works is like the women stay in one house and men stay in another house. All right, boom. They start off though where the men and women like they're with their couple and they see all of the different quote unquote temptations pull up. They introduce themselves. They're like, oh, I like him. Or the guys come in and like, oh, I like shorty. I like you right in front of their significant other. So whatever. So they did that whole thing and then they get split up. So the men go over here, the women go over there. And the Temptations, they go into, that sounds bad funny. It sounds like the 5 Heartbeats, like the Temptations, like anyway. So whatever. So they get in the house and they're like, all right, like pool party, like they turning up. They having like just random times, but they're living with each other for what, a week, 2 weeks. I don't know how long it is. So after a little bit of time, the host, we love the host. What's his name? Mark Wahlberg. Mark is so nice. Like he literally, and I saw him in an interview recently. He was like, you don't even get to see the full like conversation I have with these people, but he basically be on he be meeting up with them at the little bonfire or whatever. So it'd be all the guys and they'd be like, all right, you ready to see what your woman was doing in the house? So they get little clips of what each significant other was doing. And of course the men are like dirty whining, bending people over, like getting crunk. The women are like, I just love him so much. And I just really want him to know that I love him so much. Like it's really sad. Like it's such a crazy stark difference. But then they have different challenges and da 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 da. And like it's just one of those experiments that like healthy relationships just don't take part in. You know what I mean? You go on there if your relationship isn't really all healthy. You probably should have broken up. Usually I want to say most of the people either break up, leave home, leave like alone or whatever, what have you. At least this season that I saw, that's how it was. But what's his name? Breon. He was a wild one. And his shorty was sitting there like, I mean, he would never do this in the real world. I don't know about you, but I'm counting all of this as real. Like, is it just me? It's all real. Let's talk about delusion. Like, I just really, and I'm not even talking about this young lady specifically, but it just in general, I've definitely been in situations where I wanted to believe one thing. And I had this thing where it's like, if I don't have everything in my face right in front of me, like, if there's a will, there's a way kind of mentality. Like, honestly, I don't think it was that serious, or maybe it wasn't that bad, or like the goalpost keeps moving the more you accept. Let me write that down. Write that down. The goalposts will keep moving the more you accept. And it actually goes into the topic of the episode that I want to have today. So let's get into it. Okay, I wrote down going with the flow will have you flowing down the river. Going with the flow will have you flowing down the river. And when I wrote that, I thought to myself this morning too, I was like, what did I mean by that? What did I mean by that? And it reminded me of Temptation Island, where it was like that one couple, I forget her name, and I honestly don't even want to speak her name. Like, she scares me. I feel bad for her, and I'm praying for them. But she was so like dedicated to being poised and graceful that I think, and again, I can't say any blanket statements about Shorty because I don't really know her, but it just kind of reminded me of a version of myself that got so good at disassociating, so good at kind of like compartmentalizing, so good at like minimizing things so that I can keep my peace, that I never really gave the full level of anger that I should have had in certain situations. Or I never really, like, I'm someone who, like, I don't like something, I'm out. I don't like something, I'll talk to you about it. You will know. Um, and then like the only logical answer afterwards is to never speak ever, like you never existed. Like that's just, I'm done. I'm good. Like I'm erasing that. That never happened. Like that's literally how I was dealing with things. And with when it comes to when it comes to romantic relationships, I definitely feel like I had to work harder to feel more, to connect with the feelings that I had and let them come out in a way that is still poised, graceful, and collected, but like still felt. You know what I mean? So I don't have these moments where like I'm screaming at the top of my lungs because the toilet seat was up. Because it's not about the toilet seat. It's about the fact that you tried to gaslight me 4 times last spring, and I thought that we loved each other, and you was acting funny. Like I don't know, but yeah, it just made me think about that. Like going with the flow. Like oh my gosh, like there's been a good amount of times where it's like a situation where I'm like, okay, cool. Like you feel you have control over everything, and then out of nowhere, you're like, how did I get here? How did I get here? Like even outside of romantic relationships, you look up and you like, when did the sky turn like lavender? Like I didn't even see that happen. Like, you know, it's just one of those things. So one thing that I definitely want to take away from that specific show, and also like survival of the thickest, is like it's a follow me camera. Walk with me. Walk with me. Delving back into my art, delving back into using my voice, right? Hi, like first episode in a minute, delving back into my creative kind of muscle helps me connect with my feelings, helps me connect with my feminine energy. It also, Temptation Island low key made me remember a time where like I was not able to really fully connect to the emotion that I was having, and how much I let slide. Like just going with like being like real chill, real cool, real easy breezy. Nothing was really phasing me from like an outwardly perspective. It will literally lead you down a river, and you're gonna look up one day and be like, so I got 14 things on this list of I don't likes, and I should have been said something. Like you do not want to be in a situation where now you got to backtrack and try to figure out, and now it's not that deep no more, but it was really that deep. And girl, and it also, like, I know you guys heard the saying, like, if you don't stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. It kind of goes into that. Like, I really wanted her to stand up. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I do not see myself in that young lady. There was never a time, there was never a world where something like that has happened. And I was like, well, he mean well, and he a good person. No. If you know me, you know I am on the side of things where it's like there are probably 3 billion really good people on this planet at the minimum. Like there's 3 billion really good people. Like you got to keep the balance. Like with the toxic and crazy, there's gonna be like the other side of that, you know. But I think just watching how she would disassociate at the bonfires, and how she would kind of be like just taking it in and processing really slowly, and how she would like ultimately, if you didn't watch, she ultimately went back and left the island with him. And it felt like a comfort response. It felt like a response to try to do some damage control. It felt like her wanting to protect him, but also like keep her image and her relationship and what that meant to her kind of safe, and like almost act like whatever happened on the island stays on the island. And I think everyone who watched the series kind of had the same thought process, like there is no way that he is not doing these things outside of the island. And even if he isn't, the way that he was speaking, the way that he was acting, the way that he was moving on that island, it doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like, one time is enough. No is an answer. Like, everything don't need to be exhausted and figured out. And I think also the older that we get, it is, there's more grace that is had. There's more grace that is given. But y'all, if y'all would have seen that clip, I feel like if I saw that clip, right, real quick, because shoulda, coulda, woulda. If it was me, like I hate that. But if it was me, sneaky, sneaky, if it was me, I would have seen that clip. Because you got 4 or 5 other shorties around you, and you in this gown, and sometimes it'd be like raining, like the rainforest. And I would have looked at that clip, and I would have just been like, "Are you kidding me right now? Wow." I'd be like, "Wow." When you don't know what to say, you'd be like, "Wow. Wow. All right, bet. All right, bet." And she had her little fine honey in that house. All right. She had her little fine shorty in that house. Okay. I'd have been sitting on his lap like, yeah, me and homeboy is done. And I hope he know that. He was on the screen talking about something, she gonna take me back. Like, it's not that deep. Like, I actually did her a favor. Like, at least I'm being honest. Huh? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. At that bonfire, the way that I would have been a brick wall, like he would have felt the wall between us. Like, I'd have been sitting there staring straight at Mark's forehead, like thinking in my head, disassociating, thinking in my head, like, when can I leave? Oh, when can I get out of here? I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Where can I leave? Where can I get out of here? I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Yeah, I could do battle by myself. Like, you got me all the way turned up. I'd have been like, don't touch me. Do not touch me. I'd have been smiling, laughing. Like, the man would have been like, is she about to stab me? Like, what's about to happen? Yeah, no. So yeah, going with the flow will have you flowing down the river, and that's not to say that you shouldn't take it easy. And there's 2 sides of everything. Okay, what do I mean when I say that? Going with the flow. There's the side of the flow that is aligned with your path, aligned with your energy, aligned with your frequency. You know, the path less, like the easeful path. Like, we try to make things so hard, and we're fighting against the brick wall, where there was literally a path to go around the brick wall, or there was a way. Like, open up your eyes, breathe in, breathe out, connect to your art, connect to your emotions, your energy, and then breeze through the day and do the things you need to do, right? Like, flow with the current, like, do with your current. Hello. And then there's the other side of things, where you are in the deep blue sea, okay? And the water is just carrying you out. One thing you knew, you was on a floaty in a lazy river. The next thing, you opened your eyeballs and you was in the deep blue sea, flowed out into the abyss. Hello? You wasn't going with your own frequency. You wasn't going with your current. You sat on that floaty and you said, I'm cool going anywhere I need to go. I don't care. I don't care. You had no paddle. They offered you a paddle. You didn't take it. You had no compass. They offered you a compass. You didn't take it. They told you to meditate so that you could feel the breeze, and you didn't do that. So now you going down somebody else's breeze with somebody else's paddle and somebody else's flow. Hello? Hopefully that connected, and hopefully that landed. But yeah, like, I just felt like I just can't. I just can't. And then I saw that Love Island was casting. One of my homegirls sent it to me, and I thought to myself, mm, like, I was like, can I see myself doing that? Like, sometimes I'll put myself out there and like audition or submit myself for certain things. Like, very, very far and few between. Like, I don't really pitch myself like that, to be honest. And maybe that's another conversation for another day. But I was thinking to myself, like, I couldn't fathom being on Love Island. Like, I couldn't fathom being on one of these islands with people that I don't know their intentions. I don't know what's going on. And you're filming 25/8? No. No. I feel like I would be really good on those type of shows, but I also don't want to be like exploited in that way. It just sounds so crazy. Somebody gonna clip this and then it's be like 40 years later and I'm like on seniorsfindlove.com. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you so much for listening. If you're watching, say something like hi, make sure you write comments, all that good stuff. My email, the website, everything is on in the description, at least it should be. And if you want to show me some love for my birthday, go to ohshells.com. That's ohshells.com. Click the little money icon for Cash App and send me some money. No, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching. Again, we're dropping on Mondays. We have our visuals on Wednesdays, and this is Nichful Thinking. Thank you again. Love you. Mean it. Bye.